Hello. So, it is time for week 4 of OFC Season 11. This week we got a toughie. We're up against Duke. And, well, they got first pick, so guess what they picked? They, in fact, have Dragapult. In fact, they've got a very good team to support the Dragapult as well, because it has also Iron Treads, Quaquaval, Thunderous Therian, Hatterene, Volcarona, Overquill, Terra Porygon 2, Sceptile, and Terra Stonejourner. Now, while I don't expect the last two here, the others I can all expect. Like, Pult is Pult, it outspeeds my entire team, and, well, Weird Ear is not a great normal type into it because it can just U-turn. But Meowscarada, while not really a good Shadow Ball switch-in, can at least, like, really threaten the thing back because of how strong its Sucker Punches are. Treads is Treads, it can do anything, pretty much. Like, it can just be Hazard's lead, or it will just try and break, or spin, or set rocks, or... You know Treads at this point. It's really solid. Quavo is scary. It can just win, so we need answers. Thunderous is scary. It can set up or just be choiced or just be a bulky attacker or do whatever. It's annoying. Hatterene kind of makes things awkward in terms of me trying to set up hazards. Though it does not. It's kind of a weird matchup with Glamora, so... Volcarona, if left unchecked, is scary, but I do actually have some pretty decent checks on my team for it, thankfully. Overquill can be very annoying, setting up hazards on their own end. And then the Terra Porygon 2, if I am not able to kind of make sure I get the damage output to take that thing down, it probably will just win. So, yeah, a lot of things to be worried about for this one. So, this whole thing, by the way, gonna be a post-con one, and it's been a while since I made the team and did this battle, so you will have to excuse me. I don't know exactly what everything does, but I have a pretty solid idea. So, start things off, our most likely lead is going to be our Meowscarada. We're Adamant with Black Glasses, and we're only outspeeding Treads because we only need to. I'm not gonna just try and catch a Dragapult being greedy. Plus with the Adamant Black Glasses really helps pick up KOs on Dragapult, which is really, really nice. Like, Adamant Black Glasses Sucker Punch will just, like, nuke Pult, which is super nice. Also, the stronger knockoffs are super nice as well. Not going Protean because switching up moves here can actually be quite nice. Like, if I go for a knockoff, and then, like, Quaquaval comes in, and then I'm no longer a grass type, and my flower tricks just don't do any damage. Kind of a problem. So, going with the Overgrow here. Otherwise, pretty standard Meowscarada. Just making sure it outspeeds Iron Treads, and can do some good pivoting as well. I'll most likely lead, because if they lead Pult, then there's a chance we can just try and go for the Sucker turn 1, and see what happens. For the remainder of the team, we've got our Blastoise, who is an Assault Vest physical set this week. This is going to be our Volcarona check, because while it can run Giga Drain, it's not going to do too much with our plus special defense nature, but then we're going full in on physical attack to help our Rock Slides to try and OHKO the thing. Ice Spinner will do good damage for the Dragapult, as well as the Thunderous if I want to try and catch that coming in as well. Flip Turn for momentum, and Rapid Spin to remove the hazards that the Overquill may set up, or just like rocks on Treads. But mostly if, like, because I wouldn't expect T-Spikes, so it's either going to be spikes or just rocks. But just making sure that those aren't there is going to be really nice, because I don't really have many boots on this team. So, yeah. But yeah, this is going to be our Volt check, our main Volt check for this match, because it takes the hits really well with that Assault Vest, and Rock Slide will just nuke the thing. Next up, we got a Boots Bulky Offense Blaziken. This just generally hits really hard and is kind of what I'm using to break this week. The most notable thing is just the fact that this will threaten the Terror on the Porygon 2, like, no matter what. Because of how much close combats can do. So, but otherwise, we just got Flare Blitz, knock off U-turn. Nothing too crazy, other than just some speed creeping to try and speed creep like the bulky Overquills. I wouldn't expect this to be outspeeding any form of Gravel, to be quite honest. But just having the bulky offense breaking power and able to remove items and pivot around is really nice. We've got Terror Grass on here, though I don't expect to be terroring this. It is an option to have some defensive capabilities. So, you know, resist a ground move and Oko the treads, or resist a grass move. Resist a water move and try and go from there, so. Next up, we've got our Goldengo here, rocking its air balloon, mostly physically defensive. This is going to be our one-time kind of switch into treads, really. Because, like, the balloon will kind of keep us safe from those ground attacks, because otherwise we're not bringing really any of ground resists. So, making sure that we can at least switch into the Earthquake at least once would be quite nice. And then we've got the modest 20 special attack. I'm pretty sure that that is calced to at +2 guarantee Oko Iron Treads. But also I'm pretty sure I'm going for Hatterene as well, like Spadef Hatterene, make sure that dies. Things to that nature. Overquill as well, just making sure that these Pokemon take the damage that they need to. And again, a little bit of speed creeping, same speed as the Blaziken, but otherwise this is going to hopefully at least trade, if not do better into trades, because otherwise, like, it's kind of rough for Dengo. Like, it can run Thunderbolt maybe for the Quavel, but it's just kind of awkward. Gold's this is a weird matchup for Gold. It's like, it can do decent things, and it's really good into certain Pokemon, like Hatterene, but it kind of has issues in other areas, so it's a bit of a strange one. Next up, of course, I am bringing a Giscartha. We are bringing Scarf Ribombee. We are just going faster than Quavel, so that at +1. So with the Scarf, we will outspeed a +1 speed Quavel, guaranteed. Because this thing is not going to beat a Quiver Dancing Volcarona. And if they bring other Scarfers, it's not really like Ribombee can do much damage into those anyway. So instead, we're going more in on that bulk, on the physical side mostly. This is one I don't really remember. I think this is to take on a Quavel, like take a hit from it. If it hasn't got a Moxie boost, I think we can take an Aqua Step. Pretty sure that's what this is for. But yeah, Moonblast, Bug Buzz, Grass Knot, and U-turn. Nothing too crazy here. Want a Scarfer to outspeed Pult, and this is going to be it this week. Last but not least, we've got our Terra Fairy, fully physically defensive Sandaconda. This is going to be our dedicated Quavel check, because the bulk on this thing is insane. Terra Fairy is just a great defensive typing here. We can get up rocks, we can glare and slow this stupid thing down, and do pretty good damage to a multitude of Pokemon here. If it's a physical Dragapult as well, this is great for that. Though I would really expect special. So, yeah, that is going to be the team. So, let's get into the battle. So, we can see their team here, and the main Pokemon that they choose not to bring here are Thundurus and Hatterene. Hatterene makes a lot of sense. Thundurus, I think I was quite surprised about, because I thought Thundurus looked really scary. And they choose to bring Volcarona. Like, I have a check to Volcarona. Like, I was not going to, like, undervalue Volcarona just in case. But, like, yeah. So, of course I'm going to lead me out Scarada here. They choose to lead Overquill, so, not a great lead for me, but it is what it is. I can just pivot on out, no problem. So, go for a U-turn here. We do see Rocky Helmet, very fair, and I choose to go into Blastoise if we take a Bar Barrage. And that is, like, not very offensively invested. Overquill's not a Pokemon I've super played against, and I really wasn't sure who to go into here. In hindsight, going to Blastoise was probably not the best choice. Probably going to Blaziken was probably a little bit better, but here we are. I think I was in the mindset of preserving Blaziken to help deal with the Porygon 2. So, we get poisoned by Barbarage. It's a 50% chance, it is what it is. They choose to switch on out here, as I double into Sandaconda. I don't remember why oh, right, because of Rocky Helmet. I still want to make sure I've got decent health for the Volcarona. So I double into Sandaconda. Like, it's got Shed Skin, so it can take the hits. To take the, what's it called? The Barbarage and try and Shed Skin it off. This was probably a much better switch. But the issue is, Overquill can run Water-type moves, so it's kind of a bit of a weird one. But now we're in here, this is kind of the situation I want to be in ideally, so we are going to go for that Terra Fairy, because they do Aqua Step, get chipped down by the Rocky Helmet, as we do go for the Glare to kind of stop this thing from being super annoying. I do double here, because I'm not expecting them to stick around. And then I get a really nice trade getting into Meowscarada on their P2, who I know is going to switch because they're not going to just let their Eviolite get knocked off. So I just do get a free U-turn here to go into Blastoise, who is my dedicated check here. I don't expect them to stick around, so I go for a flip turn as they sub. I'm really glad I didn't Rock Slide, because that would have been super annoying if I missed. But I'm just able to go back into Meowscarada, and because I know I've got I'm adamant with this knockoff, like, it's going to do massive damage. So, they notice, they're going to go into Overquill, which takes it on extremely well, but at least we get rid of the Rocky Helmet, so I can kind of pivot around a little bit easier and whittle this thing down. As I go into Goldengo, expecting a Poison-type move, but instead they crunch on the switch, and I was like, wow. Why would you do that? Like, I'm sitting in here, like, sure, I'm going to switch out Meowscarada, that's fine. But I was like, my likely switch is going to be the Terra Fairy Sandaconda. And they went for Crunch, and I'm like, well, that sucks, there goes my balloon. But at least I don't take two, like, it took a good chunk, but still kind of sucks. So, I just recover on up, make sure I'm nice and healthy. And if this P2 wants to stick around, I'm just going to Nasty Plot in his face. But in comes Iron Treads. They go for the Earthquake because I just try and basically trade here, which I'm perfectly happy to do. Like, Gold's kind of in a weird spot this game. Like, Overquill's going to threaten it, this Volk's going to threaten it. The P2, if I can't really get the knockoff off, then I'm not going to be doing that much damage into it. Ult's going to OHKO it. It's just in a really rough spot. So just taking the trade on Treads means that, like, I don't have to worry about switching into that insane one. And there's potential to, like, hazards are gone for the game, which is really nice. So, I go up into Blastoise here as they go for a Fiery Dance. But unfortunately here, I am going to end up going down to the Gidrain follow-up. But I've still got this super strong Meowscarada here. I do try going for the kill. I'm not trying to mess about with that stupid thing, especially now that my dedicated check is gone. So, go into the Blaziken, as this time they go for the Poison move. And I'm not messing about, I just want to go for close combats. I also don't want to reveal my items, so even though, like, maybe another move could be better, I don't want to risk it. So, in comes Pult, and of course Pult is very scary. So, I'm just going to sack off my gold at this point, as they go for a Shadow Ball. So, I'm just like, fair enough, I'm going to go into Meow, and I'm going to kind of just threaten them. They know I'm not choice, but, like, they know that Sucker Punch is a real possibility. But also, I kind of want to scout if there's, like, choice at this point. So I actually double to RIBOMBEE, and they go for a Draco, so I'm able to get that that call right. So now I know they're not choiced, which is really, really good to know. I decide to just try and go for a Moonblast here as they go into Porygon 2. I do get a crit, but it's not too big of a deal. I go into Sandaconda because I don't want to take too much damage from for Blaziken, because at this point I'm like, okay, I need Meowscarada to kind of force 50-50s and outspeed everything that isn't Pult. I need Ribombee to outspeed Pult and kill the thing, and I need Blaziken to at least force the Terror on this and try and help break it that way. So Sandaconda was kind of the least useful here. I just decided to get up Rocks because I know that Blaziken's going to have to be the one to kill this thing regardless. So we force the Terror as I go for a knockoff because I'm able to, as they go for a Terra Fairy, and thankfully not get anything with a Tri-Attack here. And as a result of them putting me in Blaze range, we're able to take it out thanks to the Flare Blitz. So just able to get rid of that thing, but we are really lacking on resources at this point. Pult comes in, I'm just going to let this go, I'm not even going to try. As I go into Meowscarada, and I'm like, I have to force this 50-50. Like, either just, like, forcing them to switch, or, like, do I switch? Do I go for Sucker? Do I go for Knock? It's like, no, there's no way Knock's ever the play. It's like, okay, I think I just have to Sucker, because, like, what happens? Like, the worst case is obviously they go to Overquill, and I think if they just go Overquill, I lose if I Sucker. So it's just, like, it's really awkward. I'm not too sure, and I'm just like, screw it. I will hate myself forever if I don't click Sucker Punch here. I'm going to click Sucker Punch. I haven't revealed it, but it turns out they're sub. And it's like, well, at that point, there's not a lot I could do. There's no way knockoff there is ever the right play. So, I just go for the Sucker Punch now as they go for the Draco. Knock me out. Like, if I go to Ribombee, I don't ever win this game. Even if I call the Draco. So, and because Volk is Volk, unfortunately we're not able to take this one home. We do get, thanks to the drop, we actually get to live. But we do not win this one. So it was GG's to Duke, a very strong team, and it definitely could have been played slightly better. I think I played some of my pieces a little poorly. But at least wasn't like a super hacksy game. Like there was a crit on the P2, which may have ended up mattering, but like that was Blaze boosted max attack Blaziken. Like that was still gonna do so much damage. But they made some like the plays with Overkill was like so awkward because I was like, there's no way. Like they just made the right play, and maybe I should have gone. What's it called? Sandaconda the first time, but I was afraid of Quaquaval. I was really afraid of Quaquaval, because, like, if that thing does get kind of going, not a lot of my team can deal with it, so I was like, I have to save Sandaconda. So, and I felt like Blastoise could take the hits really well, and I was wrong, so, and then the turn on the gold kind of set me back a lot, as well as they crunched it, as I was expecting a poison move to be able to get him for free, and that didn't work out, so... Unfortunate, but it is what it is. We take a loss here, but hopefully for week 5 we can bounce back. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.